better that way, as I tell everyone. So I had two questions. One, it's ancient history now, but your option, was that much of a decision for you?
I mean, it's always a decision to be made, weighing out, the best opportunities. But I think obviously, the way the league is going, and it kind of, just jumped upon us the new season, that, it just made sense to come back here to a familiar place, familiar team, and continue what we had.
And everybody, there's 500 guys in the league. Everybody wants to win a championship. I get that. And until you get one, it's one of your motivating factors. I understand that. How does it change when you get to the finals and you don't win it? When you get that close and you don't win it? I'm curious how that sort of further whets the appetite.
Yeah, I mean, obviously being, you're right on the brink. You're right at the, you can see the top, see the peak. But you're not quite there, and it makes you want it even more. Going that far, that long, and not getting what you worked for the whole time. You're back and you're ready, and more ready than ever.
Sorry, Kale, just one more real quick before I turn it over.
Yeah.
It's only been 7 or 8 weeks since you guys got done with that grind. How's your body? How was the off time, such as it was?
Obviously, the weirdest part about this offseason was you never knew when the season was going to start. So it's like, how much time do you take off? What do you do? It's tough to plan out an offseason where you don't know, the duration of it. But got some good rest in. Let the body kind of settle. Just kind of heal itself, and I feel good. I feel everything's good to go. The body's back. Ready to ramp up again, and that's where you want to be.
Congrats on your other off-season major accomplishment as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, next we have Christos Saltas with SDNA Greece. Go ahead.
Hello, Kelly. I have 2 questions for you. The first one is, how excited you are to be teammate again with Avery Bradley?
It's awesome. Playing with Avery for a bunch of years in Boston. When I came into the league as a rookie and a young gun, Avery was on that team, kind of helped introduce me to the NBA and show me the way, and was a great leader, and veteran to look up to, and to be reunited and have him back in the locker room. It's awesome. He's a great guy, really tough worker. Makes the job easy on the defensive end, and he's fun to play with. So I'm glad to have him back on our team again, and I know he's going to do great things here.
And also, Precious Achiuwa is one of the youngest players in the team. You will gonna be one of his mentors in the team. I would like to ask you have a very deep roster with 12, 13, 14 players to be ready to play. Do you think that you are in the right direction, in the right way to go to make a championship season?
Yeah, I mean, when you have when you're looking to make a championship team, you need everything. You need some vets. You need old guys, you need guys in their prime. You need young legs because it's a long season, back-to-backs, all that stuff. You need, various skill sets, everything. So it just kind of adds to the mix. And, it's definitely, going to be a good thing. And, hopefully we can get him along, up to speed quickly so he can help us.
Thank you very much.
All right, next we have Anthony Cheng with the Miami Herald.
Hey, Kelly, good to see you again. Congratulations, as Tim said, on your other off-season accomplishment. I know this is old news, but a few weeks ago you made that decision with the player option. Was that a pretty simple decision for you, and how much of a role did the uncertainty surrounding everything kind of factor into what you decided to go with?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the kind of lay of the land right now is a lot of uncertainty in a lot of different areas. So it was definitely it was pretty simple, but you don't want to, be hasty and jump to conclusions where you're just going to do it because that, seems like the right thing to do. You got to weigh out your options and look at, both sides of the spectrum. But, when you do, I think it was the right move, and, I'm happy to be back.
Thank you.
All right, next we have Kobe Price with the Sun Sentinel.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going?
Good.
Good seeing you again. Wanted to touch on, we couldn't be there. We can't be there for practices. So what was it like practicing with the guys again for the first time in this preseason? And my second question I want to ask was, you talked about Avery Bradley being that vet for you when you were in Boston. Now you're the vet for a bunch of guys in Miami. What do you tell them about this quick turnaround, and how are you balancing, just playing 8-9 weeks ago and you're about to jump into a whole new season?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be back, back in the gym with everybody. It was kind of like, when we had that hiatus in the middle of the season, when you got back in the bubble, it was just, it's fun to be on the court. That's what we love to do. You get up every day, blessed to be able to play basketball and, to come back in the gym with everybody and, get back to work. That's fun. That's exciting. Seeing what this team can do and has in store for this upcoming season is exciting and fun as well. And, as for, like you said, you are a vet now, helping the young guys, bringing them up to speed, any way you can. For our young guys who kind of have this short turnaround, the good thing is they don't know any different. So, they haven't been in 4, 5, 6 seasons yet where they've had, 3, 4, 5 months off. So they don't know any different. So ignorance is bliss, I guess.
All right, next we have Cooper Moorhead with Heat.com.
Hey, Kale, good to see you. Spo was just it seems like a lot of Spo's emphasis right now is just on making sure you guys are in shape and getting conditioning right. You mentioned the ramp up. I'm curious as to whether this very, very abbreviated preseason, just 2 games, then we're right into, the games around Christmas. Are you approaching that ramp up differently as far as, how you rest and recover and how hard you're going day to day, that sort of thing?
Yeah, you have to, especially with us just, finishing whatever it was 7 weeks ago. You take that time off, and usually, right now it would be whatever, like end of mid-August, right? You still have like 6 weeks until you're going. You'd have 6 weeks to kind of get back into shape and training and stuff. But for right now, you got to make sure you listen to your body, taking care of your body, doing everything you can. And obviously, it's not going to be right away. And I think Spo and everybody here, we got a great staff, training staff, weights conditioning people that can help us along our way. So you don't have to monitor it all yourself. They know what they're doing, and they're going to help us out. But you got to ramp it up. You can't go 0 to 100 because that's how injuries and soft tissue and stuff like that happen. So we're just going to keep building, on every single day, get that conditioning back, get everything back up to speed. And then, hopefully by the time the preseason goes and ends and the regular season comes, we're ready to rock.
All right. Now we have Tim Reynolds once again. Go ahead.
Kelly, we've talked about the Olympics so many times because this is the longest Olympic year in world history. Now that we know the schedule, it seems like the internet, that last round of qualifiers is going to be around the second round of the playoffs, give or take. Again, how brutal is this decision going to be for guys? Obviously, one, you want to be playing you want to be in the playoffs at that point.
Right.
But if a guy gets knocked out in the first round, it's going to be a really tough turnaround to go get ramped up to go play again, and then maybe committing to playing for 2 more months at that point,
right.
and a half. How brutal are these decisions going to be this summer that guys are going to have to make, both internationally and even for the U.S. guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy. You're sacrificing your off season, regularly to play for a national team, and whether it's Olympics, World Championships, whatever. And now that it's, the basically running longer and into those windows, it'll be tough. It'll be tough, especially, with guys who don't have contracts yet, don't have deals, or maybe expiring or whatever the case may be. So we'll see as it unfolds and as the time comes what happens. But it's still my goal to play in the Olympics as well. It's been a goal for a long time. So however that happens, I hope it does.
Is Canada basketball having conversations at all about just checking in? What are you thinking? Are you still hoping, or is this better off all being tabled for a few months? Because really, you can say anything now. None of it can be. You're not committing to anything. Nobody knows what's going to go on the next 9 months. How is Canada handling it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of calls. Kind of like organization wide, team wide. Just to give updates. And, obviously the updates are, like the NBA and like the rest of the world right now are ever changing. Whether it's the windows or the games or, when the actual, like you said, qualifications or practices or whatever is going to go on. It's ever changing, but they kind of just keep us up to speed on what they know and what they're hearing, and everybody's saying that they're in, but like you said, 6 months, 7 months down the line, whatever it is, things are going to change. The state of the pandemic or union or whatever you want to say is probably going to change. So we'll see where it's at, but I hope that it can continue to, the Olympics will continue to happen, and that kind of stuff will continue to happen. But like you said, I also hope we're playing at that time. So it's definitely a tough decision. But yeah, still my goal to play in an Olympics for sure.
Thanks, Ko.
All right, next we have Anthony Cheng again. Go ahead.
Hey, Kelly. The protocols the league sent out recently, obviously they're pretty long. As players, like, what's the process of taking that all in? Do you read a little bit here and there? Are there educational sessions that you guys kind of lean on, kind of pinpoint the highlights of it? Like, what's that process like?
Yeah, I mean, like, you definitely read them, because they're like they said, they change every single day. I swear we get a new memo every day, maybe twice a day, on rules, regulations, protocols, and all that stuff. But you want to make sure that you're as safe as you be. You're putting your teammates and staff and everybody you come in contact is. You want to make sure you're abiding by those protocols to the best of your abilities to make sure you're creating a safe environment. And for us, obviously the team helps streamline those memos because they can get pretty long, and sometimes the language in them is tougher to decipher than, because it's super formal language. So the team helps you with that, and they have sessions where you can ask questions and that kind of stuff, whether it's over Zoom or calls or whatever it may be. But they give you all the information you need to succeed and help you get there.